And now back to our breaking news coverage out of San Jose, where a VTA employee opened fire earlier today, killing 8 people before taking his own life.
Joining us now live to talk about this tragic day, Santa Clara County Supervisor Otto Lee. Supervisor, thank you for being with us tonight. How are you doing this evening, and how are the constituents you've talked to today doing?
Well, this is certainly a tragic day for Santa Clara County and our VTA family. For the employees I've spoken with, as we know, the VTA is a very small family, only 2,000 employees, along with our Santa Clara County employees. We certainly have a very tight-knit, and our heart definitely goes out to them and their family. And we want to make sure that today the priority is to give them the time to mourn and to recover from this.
Supervisor Lee, it's hard to imagine when you see all the incidents of gun violence happening around the country that it would happen here in our own backyard. You know, it's a shock to the system, to be sure. We heard Mayor Sam Liccardo earlier imply that maybe there could be something locally done. Are you meeting with the mayor, and are you discussing laws, or what can local authorities do?
Sure, there's many things that we can do. Certainly the senseless violence of gun violence that we see here today is nothing really new. We see it in so many different communities, different cities, and I think it's long overdue that some action needs to be taken. Whether we talk about just go background check, or more so just getting guns out of the hands of those who have mental issues or are dangerous. I think those are just basic common sense things that we really need to do, and it's long overdue.
Are you hearing any rumblings about what may have motivated this person to do what they did today? It's so horrific.
Yes, I've talked to some individuals who have known the gunman, and all they could say is he is not. He's kind of not popular with people and sort of out there. And certainly this is not something that is expected or could have figured out. So and that's the thing about some of these incidents, they call lone wolf or whatever incident, that it is really, really hard to predict. And I think it is so important that that we stick together as a community and offer all the help we need for the families, because in many cases, even those who might not have been hurt or injured, those who were there, those who know them, we have what we call PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, I was in the military for 28 years and deployed to Iraq, and PTSD is a real condition that we want to make sure that our folks would be treated and being dealt.
You know, California does have some of the toughest red flag laws, but in this case, I understand he didn't necessarily have any priors besides traffic violations, and we're only now hearing from an ex-wife that he may have been treated for depression, but he didn't really stand out. I mean, people like that can fall through the cracks, and in that case, then what do you do?
No, you're exactly right. It is really difficult. Whether depression or maybe some type of mental illness or conditions. And I think these are the things that we need as a community, we need as a county, as a public safety net. We really need to offer the help that we need for mental health individuals. Like yesterday, county has actually passed a very important law regarding AOT, assisted outpatient treatment, some called Laura's Law. And these are the type of things I think we really need to invest more funds and resources to make sure that those in our community that are suffering from these illnesses get treatment as soon as possible, because obviously untreated, bad things can happen.
County by county can only do so much, though, in all fairness. In your opinion, what needs to be done, if anything, at a national level to change the way things seem to be going in every year in this country that is not a pandemic year?
Right. I mean, I think there are some common sense issues that we have worked with on gun laws that has passed previously in on our U.S. Senate and in the House, and I think these are some of the issues that we need to review to make sure that, like I said, guns needs to be taken away from people who are not stable, who are dangerous, and I think that would be a good start.
Well, we could talk for a while. I do want to, if we have a moment, ask you about workplace violence. You know, there were questions about safety at the yard, and this was not someone who came in from the outside. This was someone who walked in ostensibly, you know, just with a key card. And you know, how do you protect other workers from someone like this? Is it really possible?
You're absolutely right. Due to the fact that, you know, basically most people would be able to purchase a gun, even though 7-day waiting period and all that might not necessarily be enough to stop this specific type of incidents. And what I heard, this individual have multiple guns. I mean, we have discussed at the county level potentially even putting like metal detector for the public hearings or at the county building. But again, this is what makes it very, very difficult when such an open society that we live in, with the freedom that we enjoy, to be able to enact some of these measures that, you know, as we could see, at times would become very, very essential to protect our workers. So I think this is a discussion we need to look into for the future to see if this is something we might have to enact.
All right. Supervisor Otto Lee with Santa Clara County, we appreciate your time tonight, and we're sorry for the loss that the folks in your community have suffered. Have a good night.
Thank you
for
for the quick
Supervisor.
coverage on this. Thank you.
Take care. We'll be right back.